Yes, people, after some technical difficulties and losing the sound to my computer, I mean, all the sounds to my computer just completely switched off. I've got my headphones on and I've got breaking news in all things MMA related, starting with ex UFC fighter Jairzinho Rosenstrike. This is breaking news, guys. Arrested on felony false imprisonment charge. Now, Rosenstrike had just been arrested in Florida on two separate charges listed as domestic violence offences. Online court records show Rosenstrike was arrested on January 19th by Pembroke Pines Police Department and taken to Maine Jail, where he was hit with a pair of charges and also placed on immigration hold. The hold set for 48 hours, and based on records, he was charged with third-degree felony for false imprisonment. We've got a bit more on it here, guys. Set at 2,500 bond, and a second misdemeanor charge going at 1,000 for bond. Not looking good for Rosenstrike. Sad to see. Obviously suffered that viral knockout loss to Francis Ngannou. That's sad to see, man. Hopefully Rosenstrike can get that all resolved. Now we've got Justin Gaethje saying that he's going to leave the sport by 2027. Now Gaethje said he wants children, but he doesn't want children and he can be what his parents were for him. I'm almost done with this ride. I think definitely by 2027 I will be done and be able to move
I've been
on.
committed
Now we've got
to the
Gaethje going
game
in a bit
since
more
I left
detail here.
high school in 2007. And I do want children. I want children, but I don't want children until I can be what my parents were for
Obviously,
me.
I've seen an embedded
I'm
episode
almost
where
done with this
Gaethje goes a bit more into this, talking about he's just not living the lifestyle at the minute for keep forgetting the cameras up there now. He's just not living the lifestyle at the minute to have kids, but we'll wait and see.
I think definitely by 2027, I will be done and I will be able to move on to those other parts of my life. I wish I would have done what Rob did, having a whole family. But man, I just
What do you guys think? Are we going to see Gaethje past 2027, or is he going to hang up the gloves for good? Now, I also got Gaethje talking about what he wants.
Want to do it again.
His
Especially
rematch
now that he's in my weight class. He's fighting Charles
Max
Oliveira
Holloway.
for
Let's see
the
what he
BMF
says.
belt. Would love to get this interim championship. If Ilya comes back,
I think that'd be a
awesome.
fun
I get to
rematch.
fight the number
Obviously,
one pound
that
for
was
pound guy, and if he doesn't,
arguably the best
even
knockout I've
better,
ever seen
because I
live
get a
when
chance
Max
to fight the
Holloway
winner of that
knocked out
fight
Justin
on the White House
Gaethje
lawn.
on the
And,
buzzer in the
those are
fifth
the only
and
two guys
final
that I've
round
been
of
beat
their
by that are
fight.
still in
That
the
was
game,
an
and I
absolutely
still have a
unreal
chance to get
scrap,
back.
pointing at the
So,
mat.
yeah, I really want to
Never
get
seen anything like it.
those
Don't
two
think I'll
fights
ever
back.
see anything
I
like it
absolutely want to
again.
do it
It'd be
again.
great to
Yeah,
see
especially
them
now
have
that
a
he's in my weight
rematch
class.
again.
He's
We'll have
fighting
to
Charles
see how
Oliveira
Justin
for
gets
the
on
BMF
against
belt.
Paddy on the
Would
weekend.
love to.
Now, this one, as you might know in my prediction picks, I had Figueiredo as a sneaky underdog. Now, these odds are crazy disrespectful here. You got Umar, coming in as a -600 favourite against Figueiredo. Now, that's just pure, like what Slump says here. No circumstances should a UFC fighter be -600. Anything unless you're fighting a Ted Gouty, which we'll get onto later. But no, that's just pure disrespect. I think pure disrespect on Figueiredo's part on that one. We've got Gaethje talking about it a bit more there. 2027, saying he's going to
Ultimately,
start.
he is just a
We've
human.
also got Gaethje saying that he's not sweating Paddy's grappling because there's no way he's Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now that's a bit of a bad take because you're seeing what happened with Gaethje in the Khabib fight. If he beat Khabib, I could see the argument there, but you lost and you didn't look that great against him either. So, and Paddy has got really good grappling. So we'll see what he says here on the TNT Sports. This was just earlier today. Big shout out, Nick and Adam.
And there's no way he's Khabib Nurmagomedov.
With what faces you on Saturday then, what do you see as the main challenge against Paddy?
Obviously his grappling is world class. I have 26 wins with 20 knockouts. He's got 20 wins or something with 10 submissions, and so it's a classic striker versus grappler. But luckily, grew up a grappler, grew up a wrestler, and I'm one of the hardest guys to ever take down. Fiziev caught 2 of my kicks. That's how he took me down. And outside of that, Khabib Nurmagomedov is the only guy that's ever taken me
fights
down.
were great. I thought Fiziev was going to win both of them. Big shout out my boy Cowie. Got a bit of money on Gaethje that night as an underdog. Yeah, should have listened to him. Now we've got Dan Hooker in this, going a bit more into Paddy.
You had actually complimented Paddy in the past.
Dan Hooker's actually saying it's on site now with Paddy after his controversial comments. We dove into that a bit on the last video, as you know. We'll see what he's got to say.
I know you didn't like Paddy's chances of beating Ilia Topuria. That was just an honest assessment about a fight. But Have you been surprised the way things have kind of
I love Dan
ratcheted
Hooker.
up
I think
between you
he's
two
a
in these
really
last couple
fun
weeks? Like he's
scrapper.
done
He's
interviews,
shout out my
like
boy
he's talking a lot
McCormack.
about you
He
lately.
brought up to me earlier the
Oh, fuck, he
backyard
loves me,
brawl thing
brother.
that Dan Hooker's been doing. That's really fun as
Yeah,
well.
like he's
You might have
obviously
to have a
he's
look at that
timing
for a
away. He's
video.
always
Let me
talk
know if
shit.
you want to
Like
see
I'm
that, guys.
constantly, and I think he's funny. I like his funny little accent. You know what I mean? And then out of nowhere, he just says a fucking out of pocket statement about something
I
you
mean, I
could
can
not
see
talk
why
about.
Dan
Who in the
Hooker
history
can
of
see
combat
that's way out
sports?
of pocket.
Who in the history of combat sports has ever made a joke about someone's mother? Like that's like, and then he just
Well,
tries to
what was
play it
that
off like he's the
moment
victim.
with?
And there,
Oh,
I popped off with
who's
him
that
out of nowhere.
lightweight
No one's
fighter
ever made
with
a
Michael
joke about
Chiesa?
someone's mother in
Where
the
he
history
says
of
something
combat
about his
sports.
mum. It's not Kevin
He does
something,
it and
is it?
then kind of sweeps it under the rug and can't believe why I'm sorry.
Michael Chiesa, mum press conference moment. Sorry, guys, this literally just popped into my head, and I thought Kevin Lee. Yeah, it was Kevin. That's something. Kevin Lee. I don't know if you guys remember this, but when Kevin Lee, I don't think he actually meant anything of it. But
shut the fuck up about, hey, don't talk about my mom for one. Don't you ever talk about my mom. Don't you ever talk about my fucking mom. Don't you ever talk about my fucking mom. I want to get in the middle.
Like whatever you want to call it.
Smack the fuck out of
Chizzy
you
has
right
been
now.
gifted
Never
his
talk
upcoming
about my
fight
mom.
as well. I forget the name of the fella, but yeah, it's crazy how well they're doing Michael Chizier compared to Gilbert Burns. But yeah, just thought I have to bring that up.
Upset. Like you
guys.
wanted a reaction.
So
you
Dan
wanted to get
Hooker,
under my
that's
skin.
the time where someone else has brought up a mum joke in the UFC. So don't take it to heart, mate. You ain't the only one. Now we've got Dana White saying that this is goofy shit. The idea of Conor McGregor fighting George Masvidal at the White House. I mean,
this Saturday,
I thought it'd be a pretty
when
fun
this fight
fight,
ends,
but we'll see what Dana
Monday,
says about this.
We will be matchmaking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll be building the White House card. I think we'll have it dialed in by the second week of February.
Wow.
We'll have everything dialed
Done.
in. Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard the new talk is that Conor McGregor, Jorge Masvidal could be a potential.
Oh, no, I
What's
didn't
your
hear
thoughts?
that.
Oh, you haven't heard this?
No.
This is the biggest thing on social media now. Everyone's talking. Yeah, that Chandler's out and
Well, obviously
Masvidal's
Chandler's
in,
out. We
and
all
it's
knew
Conor
that.
and Masvidal.
You know what's funny? So in my algorithm on Instagram, I have nothing MMA.
Right.
Literally nothing MMA.
Complete opposite of my algorithm.
I don't
It's
listen to any of the
literally
goofy
all MMA.
No.
That goes, no.
Is that considered goofy?
That's goofy shit. Yeah. This Saturday,
Yeah.
when this fight ends, Monday.
Are you in talks to fight
I
Conor
mean, we're
McGregor on the
seeing,
White House card?
It's not looking.
Jorge Masvidal talking to Ariel Wahani about that. Now, this is quite an interesting one that I seen earlier. A bit of a less funnier one, but we've got Nick Diaz breaking his silence on this and the record straight about his absence, saying for my brother Nate, I don't know what his issue is. He's saying to everyone talking about my life and how they want to control me, you never will again. I was locked up for over a year, and the ones who I thought closest to me kept me there for their own motives. The old man who claims came in to have my interest and is the spokesman for my family would be discredited. Everything he says is BS, and I don't want to hear it anymore. From someone trying to hold me down with negativity and all those YouTubers on his side and scammers starting shit for views, my circle is small now because of them, and I see now why it is that way. My wife Kayla is there for me. She always had my back and my best interest for me and never held anything over my head for her benefit. Martin Sano has been a real one, and since the beginning, he's been heated on nothing phases him. He's a real day one for my brother Nate. I don't know what the issue is, but you need to cut out the shit talkers in your group to keep it real. They are embarrassing to be around. Everyone enjoy your lives. Be positive and enjoy your freedom. Now, I seen a post a couple months back of Nick Diaz not looking good at all on the streets. I really hope Nick Diaz is in a lot better place. Him and Nate are some of my favourite fighters, really great people. Nick Diaz has got a really great story about how he used to jog to his girlfriend's grave every day who committed suicide and stuff. Really touching story, man. Look into that one, guys, if you've not seen that one. But
John Jones.
this guy,
I
don't know if you know Matt Riddell. Matt Riddell is obviously, if you've seen the famous clip of Dana White saying, I smoke marijuana so I don't beat my wife and children. This was in reference to Matt Riddell. That Matt Riddell got kicked out of the UFC for smoking weed. Obviously,
We have some
Dana
history,
White,
but he is, let's be real. It's John Jones. Anybody can say whatever they want. Guy
he actually,
is the
here you go, John
baddest
Jones.
Dude.
I could be the bigger and bad. I could be the bigger man and let it go. But there's another side of me that can be extremely petty. The truth is, I never wrestled Matt. I lost in the state semi-finals to Jack Sullivan back in 2004. I actually like Matt as a person, and I hope he's doing well. Wishing him all the best. I think they actually used to be roommates as well in college. I know John Jones and Colby Covington were roommates as well. But yeah, that's an interesting one. Now, JDM, one of my favourite fighters. Now, we've got Makhachev saying Makhachev admits he was surprised by how easy it was to hold Madalena on the ground. Makhachev couldn't believe how easy it was to hold JDM ground. He revealed that JDM only had one get-up technique, making it extremely easy for him to control the Australian. Before me, he fought Bilal Muhammad, who also had strong wrestling. Bilal was taking him down, and Madalena was good at getting back up after takedown. Exactly why I thought JDM was going to have a good chance against Makhachev in their fight. But he'd always get up using the same moves, the same reversal. When I took him down and saw that same reversal on me, I was prepared for it and defended it. That's when I realized he had nothing else beside that move. I said to myself, that's it. You haven't learned anything else. You don't have any other skills to go back to your feet. That's when I understood he was going to be there for a long time. Now, yeah, we all seen how that turned out. Yeah, fair play to Makhachev on that one. Now, this isn't anything related in the last 24 hours, but
you know, like the
I thought this was a really interesting video. This is Joe Rogan back in 1998. Sticking up for the UFC on the Conan show.
You know, you got a referee, and if it gets out of hand, it's very safe. I mean, no one in all the. What's up? I mean, people die every day in race car driving. They die boxing every year. No one has died in the history of the Ultimate Fighting Championship ever.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship this Friday on pay-per-view.
MMA,
if
UFC,
you can get
it's a blood sport. It's not like nice to watch. It's like it shouldn't be happening. And I said, do you like boxing? Do you watch boxing? Yeah, I always watch the AJ fight or the Tyson fight. Well, there's way more deaths in boxing a year than there is in MMA and UFC. So which one's the more of a barbaric sport?
They have a huge problem with censorship. You know, a lot of the cable companies are keeping it from being aired because, you know, the image, you know, fighting in a cage.
Getting their Paramount deal, it's certainly gone a long way since Joe Rogan was on there talking about it. I've got a little clip here. This goes in. This is why I don't think it would be a bad fight. Masvidal and McGregor have been beefing for quite a long time. It goes quite a far back. So let's have a quick look at this. It gives you a bit more of a look at the origin story
the money was the same. I'd fight Usman because I dislike him. But since it's not, in reality is I got to beat up Conor to get the money. Then I'll beat Usman's ass. Look at that feeling in his bleeding house coat. That stupid tick.
It looked like the one that you wore before the Mayweather.
That one, yeah, it was ridiculous. Carry on what that was about. I don't know. That's a bit weird. I don't give a. So he's trying to get my attention. Is he what kind of what underwear was he wearing? Do you know what I mean? Like what kind of weird is that? Like, do you know what I mean?
No,
bleeding house coat. Like the grannies in Ireland wear house coats. Me bleeding. I mean nanny wears that. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know what that was about.
That's not a great belt, is it? But
I mean, you literally wore the same thing with McGregor. So.
You know, wasn't a good night for
BMF belt. What do you guys think? Would you like to see McGregor fight Masvidal for the BMF belt at the White House? Is that an interesting card? Interesting fight, sorry. We've got another one of Arman doing his PR run. We've got Arman knocking it in, top bins. Yeah, he's still going on this PR run. He's not stopping. Absolutely great stuff from Arman. Now we've got this one. We've got Sadakid. This is how Quidin Sadakid, who we touched on our last video, was actually introduced to MMA, and it's quite a scary story.
Underwater, and then spinning backfist KOs me pretty much. He swam up behind me and literally put me in a rear naked choke and dragged me underwater. And you know, this time I didn't know what MMA was. I didn't know about tapping out. That's what he was waiting for. So to fight for my life, I literally had to reach back and pull his hair. I was gonna die. I was like, and then I was pushed off it. Then we went to his backyard and had
not the most nicest thing. So we've all had that though when you've been swimming with your mates and one of them fucking jumps on your back and you feel like you're gonna die for a second. I've certainly had that before anyway. We've got a video of John Jones training Gable Stevenson. Don't let Joe Rogan see this video. Please don't let Joe Rogan see this video. So we've got Full Send MMA saying Gable Stevenson's looking like he's going to be a problem in the UFC's heavyweight division. I agree. The Olympic gold medalist and the NCAA champion showed off ridiculous hand speed for a heavyweight in a recent training video. Former UFC lightweight and heavyweight champion John Jones is currently working with Gable. All aspects of his game and all aspects of his game, and the two showed off a very competitive grappling exchange in the last part of the clip. There you go, we've got John Jones on the back, Gable's back up, both back up to their feet. It's my boy Tiddler on my Instagram reel. Big love Tiddler, hope you're doing well, my boy. But yeah, Gable Stevenson should be a problem in the UFC. One sec, my people. Yo, brother, I'm just doing the YouTube video now. Come through, literally come through. I'll give you a bell when I finish, yeah? Nah, I'm in the middle of the video, bro. I told you, innit? Brother, bro, I'm literally, just lost my old thing. Big thank you to Andre for coming to the rescue there. You made me lose my mojo, but we'll let you off because you got all the issues sorted out on the computer. Honestly, it wouldn't be for him for any of this YouTube. Got me set up and everything, so big love Andre, thank you very much. But we're going to go straight back into it, guys, with a Teb Gautier, one of my favourite upcoming prospects. You know I'm really high on Gautier at the minute, and yeah, he gave this fella a body shot, and he gets him going with the fake there, but look at this. Don't hurt. And you can tell he didn't even put in half of his full amount of power into that, half of his full amount of power. Now, Waldo Cortez, you guys know I think Waldo's going to beat Derek on the weekend, but not bad order, plus 240 for Derek Lewis. Might be worth a bit of money on there as an underdog. You got Armin.
Where's Armenia? Is it close to Glendale?
Podcast.
Yeah,
I'm talking about why they never pays for houses. Now, this is good. I think you'd have a lot more fighters in England and in the Western countries if they offered the same incentive that Armin Sarukian talks about here.
Close by?
Yes, there's a Glendale Mountains. After the mountains is Armenia.
Okay, and would you ever consider moving
He's saying that
from,
he's been
where
given
do
a
you live
house
now,
in Russia and Armenia.
Would you ever consider moving to Glendale?
Just for being a top
options?
fighter? You think he's telling the truth here, guys? Or?
To Glendale, I mean, it's like kind of, they call it Little Armenia here.
Yeah, I would love to live there. If someone gives me a house, I'll stay there.
If somebody gift you a house?
Yeah.
I mean, why would somebody gift you a house? I feel like that's you have to like win the lottery or something, no?
Yeah, but in our culture, if you're a good father, they always give you a house.
No, fair play to Armin. Still going on that press run. Now we've got John Anik here. I don't agree with this one, guys. Let me know what you think. John Anik saying that UFC events are too long. I think our biggest challenge is the fact. Well, I don't agree with it for this way, and this is why. He says too long, and we should have 10-11 fights instead of 15. We ask a lot of fans, 8 hours times 41 Saturdays. What John Anik would change about the UFC? It'd cut shows from 8 hours to 5 hours, making it 15 fights a card to 10, and not signing as many fighters off Dana White Contender Series. Now, what this fella said here described it perfectly. Cut down the wait in between fights, not the fight time. Now, how many times have you guys watched a UFC event and someone knocks someone out in the first minute and you're watching advert after advert, or if it's not still, even when it is a pay-per-view, you're just seeing that ESPN, that stupid ESPN advert that just rolls over and over and over. You guys know exactly the one that I'm talking about. Get rid of that. If the fighter wins, then early, then get the next fighter out. You don't need to just push it back. That would make the cards run a lot better. But I've actually got some breaking news, non-UFC related here, guys. We've got just MMA related. We've got Don Davis steps down as the PFL chairman now. You know, Francis Ngannou took PFL for a ride. I'm not going to read this, guys, but you guys can read it here if you want to have a little read of that one. I think Ngannou took PFL for a ride. Obviously, he made that big thing about how he's doing it for Africa, this and that. PFL have held 2 events in Africa, and I don't think Ngannou's turned up to any of them. Obviously, he had the stuff go on with the crash where he crashed into that bird and killed her. And obviously, the passing of his son, rest in peace, and a lot of other stuff. But yeah, he didn't do a lot for PFL, considering he had that one fight with that big Brazilian guy, whose name's not even coming to my head. And yeah, he took a lot of money from the PFL without returning a lot in their favour. We've got Matt Brown here. I don't know if you guys know about Matt Brown. I really like his story. He's an ex-addict, turned fighter. Really, really cool story. He's saying it's a garbage fight between Paddy and Justin. See what Matt Brown says about this.
There's no way around.
He thinks that Armin should be, and I mean, I think we all think Armin should be.
It's tragic, man. I feel bad for the guy. You know,
you gotta be happy with what you got, people. And we'll see.
Apparently, he came from a good upbringing and has money, so I guess he's not so worried about all that shit. But he shouldn't be getting screwed like this, man. I feel kind of bad for him. This sucks. You put in all that work, put in the time, do all the right things, and then again, I don't even know why they're so mad that he pulled out of that fight. I mean, he got injured. Like it happens.
Yeah, but I mean, guys, with that, it was literally a day or two before the title fight. Do you know what I mean? He got injured or not. I remember watching TJ Dillashaw fight Aljamain Sterling when his shoulder dislocated, and his shoulder's dislocated in the fight, and he's literally popping it back in the fight. Carry on. Obviously, he had all them problems during training camp, which led up to why that happened. He didn't pull out of the fight because it's a title shot. Obviously, Armin's a bit different. He's got a chance in the future. So yes, fight when you're fully healthy, but you can't really complain for being put on the sidelines. You got to do what he's doing and earn his way back up. Now I've actually got Dustin Poirier talking about he's got justified finish and that he's a gambling man since retiring. Now Dustin's a bigger puncher and he'll put himself in harm's way to land one of those shots. And it is tough to stay away from him for 25 minutes.
You're still waiting and seeing on Paddy?
If he beats Justin, I'm a believer then.
It wasn't the Chandler fight that didn't put you over.
How do you guys think of Dustin versus Paddy fight?
Yeah, it was a tough period for him, but I thought he just kind of looked stronger. He looked more complete. I was very impressed with the performance.
Chandler might have showed up for a paycheck. I don't know.
Do you think that Gaethje can knock him out?
Yeah,
I think Justin stopped him.
I believe he's the Chandler
Poirier fight with Chandler fish hooking Gaethje, and this was a bit of a crazy one, guys. I don't know how I've not seen this video of Curtis Blades before. If you guys have seen that video of Rampage Jackson punching that reporter, that is maybe that's why he done it. But yeah, wow. But yeah, forget Paddy versus Dustin, guys. What do you think about this? Is one that we didn't get to see. El Kukui, Tony Ferguson versus the Diamond Dustin Poirier. Now, at the top of their primes, this would have been a really, really good fight. A combined 55 UFC fights, over a decade each in the organization, consistently ranking at the top of the same division. Poirier and Ferguson never had the chance to fight each other. I think Prime Tony, Prime Poirier, as he said here, I think it really could have gone any way. That would have been a really, really fun fight. We've also got breaking news here, guys. Mark Goddard. I was trying to think of that. What's that famous? I don't know. Officially, the main event for the first Paramount card. The bout between Paddy Pimblett and Justin Gaethje takes place this weekend for the interim title. That was it, sorry. When Dumbe, whoever that fella was in the PFL, and he got a bit of glass stuck in his foot. There was a lot of controversy with that. Let me find that quick for you guys so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Glass PFL. Mark Goddard glass PFL. There you go. Cedric Dumbe. Yeah, I don't know if you guys remember this, but this is crazy. So, PFL Europe main event ends bizarrely after Cedric Dumbe gets splintering toes. I think it was like a bit of glass, some sort of glass splinter. The Thursday's PFL event, Dumbe ended in bizarre technical knockout. The pair had gone back and forth for 2 rounds in the welterweight matchup before Dumbe complaining about getting something in his foot. And we'll have a quick look here, guys. And sorry, my apologies. And we'll actually see here in a bit more detail what happened in that one. So you got Dumbe pointing to his foot. That was it. Over. MMA Guru did a great video on this when this came out. When this happened, sorry. It's over. Yeah. Goddard weren't very happy with that one, people, but we've got Goddard. He's going to be the ref for Paddy versus Justin Gaethje for the interim title. What do you guys think of that? There you go. I was hoping for Hervey. He's not dead enough deep. That'd be an interesting one. Dana, we heard Dana talk about that one, saying no to McGregor Masvidal with the White House defense. This one, I thought this was great to see. We've got Cain Velasquez, free Cain Velasquez. If you don't know a lot about Cain Velasquez, what happened, look into his story. Obviously, I thought what he done was great, standing up for his family and stuff. We've got Cain Velasquez, parole eligibility has been moved up to February 2026, put him on fast track to potentially regain his freedom in less than a month. That'd be awesome to see Cain out there very, very soon. Fingers crossed, guys. Now, we've got Dricus du Plessis talking about his infamous Khamzat Chimaev fight. Du Plessis opened up saying his loss against Chimaev at UFC 319. He came out there and did what he needed to do. Not the kind of fight that I would have wanted with all the hype. I don't think anyone did. It was a very fun fight to watch for anyone. It wasn't a very fun fight to watch for anyone, sorry. I got bored in the fight and I was in there. He did what he had to do to win the belt, but if that's the way you're going to do it, then good for you. It's different strokes. Now, the best entertaining part of the fight was when DDP was landing the shots and got it. It was that little, I remember being sat there, like it was that little bit of glisten of hope that you thought he might actually do something. But
like I said,
we'll let DDP go into a bit more
big ups to
detail
him.
about
He
it.
came out there and he did what he needed to do. Not the kind of fight that I would have wanted with all the hype. You know, it wasn't a very fun fight to watch for anyone. I got bored in the fight and I was in there, to be honest. But
you would get bored getting laid on top
of he did what he had to do to win that belt. I mean, that is, if that's the way that you are going to go, well, good for you. I mean, it's different strokes. I mean,
about that.
Everything yeah, 100%. He made sure he stayed out of danger and he fought that fight and he almost neutralized me and making it a fight, because if we made it a fight, it would be a different story. But he knew that, so he was smart in that. So, I mean, frustrating, absolutely, but like I said, the speed bumps, that's what makes me better. Now I know.
I mean, I'd love to see
little
DDP
piece
get back
of
in
this
there.
puzzle
It's like what
where I need
Christy
to work
said
on.
there. He was
Believe me,
outclassed,
my
as
next
boring as it
performance,
was.
you will see me do that.
You can't
Exactly
just
that.
sit there and
master
accept
that.
defeat. I
Like
know
I
he
said
pretty
on the
much
night,
wasn't, but
big ups to him. He came out there and he
yeah, he pretty much did. He didn't have an answer for it. Now we've got Sugar versus Peter at the White House too. If you guys watched the video yesterday, you know there's not meant to be any Russians on the White House card according to Marab. But I mean, Sean's saying he'd love to have the rematch at the White House. What do you guys think? That'd be interesting.
The White House,
I don't think Sean won that first fight, so I think it'd be great
after
for
those 15
Jan to
minutes,
get that
when you
fight
get
back.
your arm raised, what will a
Big
microphone
shout out
chat
to
be
Nick
like?
Pete and Fight Decides.
Is this person Sean O'Malley now ready
very
to get back
helpful.
in time?
Yeah, I mean, me versus Peter makes sense. I'm calling Peter out. Me versus Peter at the White House. If at the end of the day, rankings, this, that, it's like, what do the fans want to see? What does UFC want to see?
Arguably, even if he does,
if they want Peter to do it, fairly different round, they want Peter to Umar goes out there to win.
You guys think you should Sean fight at the White House if he gets past you?
Watch that fight.
You guys know I've got Yudong. As he says it, he needs to focus on Yudong first. I agree. But who would you have Sean fight? Would you have the Yam rematch or would you have him fight someone else at the White House?
Sugar versus Peter.
Now, guys, this is on the Brady Bag Show. We've shown quite a couple clips on the Brady Bag Show these past couple videos. So big shout out to Joe Pyfer and Sean Brady. But we've got these guys talking about should they have kept Nunes on 3-2-4. Who would have she fought? That's my question. I don't know if they go into it here, guys, but who would have Nunes fought if they kept her on 3-2-4? Who do you guys think she should have fought instead of Kayla Harrison if she stayed on there? Let me know in the comments.
Minimum 6 months. Does Amanda say I'm just not fighting? Because she was only coming back for the Kayla Harrison fight, so.
By any chance, did you guys see the tweet from Amanda Serrano?
Bro.
Amanda Serrano?
Can I get it out? Get it out? Amanda Serrano, she's a boxer. She's fought MMA. She was like upset then. Like, what are you talking about?
She's only fights on all the Jake Paul cards and that, I think. So, yeah, we dove into this at the start of the video, but a quick little recap just in case anyone missed it. We've got ex-UFC heavyweight Jairzinho Rozenstruik arrested January 19th today in Florida on felony false imprisonment charge and a misdemeanor domestic battery charge. Now, like I said earlier, guys, sad to see. Hopefully Rozenstruik gets that all resolved. Now we've got Paddy Pimblett talking about that this fight ruined his Christmas, and he's definitely not going to be fighting this early in the year again because
is it hard to seriously though? Is it hard to have a fight kind of right after that Christmas New Year period where everybody else is indulging?
Yeah, I've never fought this early before. This is the earliest I've ever fought, and I'm never ever fighting in January or February ever again. I just hope everyone at the UFC knows that, because it ruined me Christmas, ruined me birthday. So I will never be fighting this early in the year again. Next year, get on me in March. I'm just looking forward to loads of food, lad. For the chateau and home and all that, lad. I'll be eating well, believe that.
The comment on me reel from the Scouser goes by anything to say maybe a few other things to indulge in after his fight, which if he pulls off a great performance, I wouldn't blame him. Enjoy yourself. We've got a couple more to end it off with, guys. We've got Nick Pete, like I say, big shout out to Nick Pete again, Adam Cattrall, everyone on the Fight Disciples. Get that bonus ready for a Teb Gout. Yeah, I agree. Let's see what they've got to say, guys.
To be honest, obviously that's the goal now. You know, be the
I think he is going to be a champion. I can see him be a champion very soon, 2027 maybe.
I will be the champion.
Especially if he stays active, guys.
Have the first belt, and then we see what to come next.
Get that bonus ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it.
What is this journey end? UFC champion?
To be honest,
get that bonus ready now, guys. We're gonna finish it off.
Do you know what happened exactly?
We've got Jorge Masvidal just breaking it down a bit more on Kayla Harrison's injury. This is pretty breaking news as well, guys.
I know it's a neck injury.
Yeah, I know exactly what happened from A to Z. She told me everything, but I don't feel comfortable talking about it. So I'll let her, when she comes out to the public and says, say, I consider her fucking not a friend, just a good friend, and literally a role model to me. I really.
What do you guys think? Are we going to see Masvidal fighting on the White House cards? I say fuck it, make the Masvidal McGregor fight. Why not? I think that'd be a really, really fun fight. But guys, that's pretty much all we've got for today. I just want to give a quick thank you because the love and support on the Instagram, the YouTube, everything's been absolutely unreal. Absolutely unreal. I just want to give a big shout out to who has loads and loads of support. It just keeps coming in. My boy Cam, big love to Cam, big love to Soul. My boy Natan, big love Natan, big love to Morgan, big love to Troy's Graphics. He's posted some really cool edits here. These look pretty cool, mate. Sadakid talks about Sadakid, and I'll be honest, I'm not too sure who Pinyas is, but that's a cool little edit there as well, man. You guys have a little look at Troy's Graphics. But honestly, the support's been overwhelming, guys. Big love to Jay Lights, big love to Steven, big love to Comrade, one of the best lads I've ever worked with. Big love to him. Big love to George, big love to me old man. Big love to Ben, big love to Roman, big love to Gozzy, big love to Busy, big love to Harry, big love to the British MMA scene and My Commons Media, big love Henry, big love Jace, big love Paul, big love Chris, big love to Connor. Keep getting at his Instagram, guys. I'm telling you, best motivational stuff out there. Big love to Jordan, big love to Jamie, big love to Harry, big love to Ryan, big love to Tiddler, big love to Slugs, big love to Dylan. Big love to Louis, big love to Pierre, big love to Bill, big love to Mormy, big love to Joe, big love to Cal, big love to my Marjay, obviously, big love to McQuaid, big love to Zavi, my trainee, another one of the best lads that I've worked with, big love to my little brother, and just big love to everyone, whether you're just watching, liking, commenting, sharing on the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everything happens, whether it's a negative feedback, positive feedback, just give me honest feedback, guys. Let me know what I can do to improve. If you're liking the content, what other content you want me to see. We started off here today. Yes, people, day one day Michael Bisping reading the sentence and Michael Bisping's quitters never win until we get a reply from Bisping on one of the videos. That's currently holding up my lighting as well at the minute. So, but yeah, I thought that'd be quite a little interesting series to do. Worst comes to worst, we can do it for thousands of days, so we don't have to expect a reply from Bisping anytime soon. But yeah, absolutely, I'm honestly overwhelmed with the support, guys. It's unreal. It's gave me the motivation to keep bringing these videos out day after day after day. And yeah, we're not taking our foot off the gas, people. But I just want to say a massive, big thank you again to everyone. A massive love. Hope everyone has an awesome day or an awesome night, whatever time you're watching this. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video, people. Thank you.